Okay, Shannon, what are you reading into what Giannis said there?
I don't think it was cute. I understand you're on the Daily Show, Skip, and you make light of certain situations, but certain things I'd like, nah, I'm going to pass on this one.
Okay, can I make a quick point before you proceed? That was obviously written for him, and he's reading it off the teleprompter, but he knew full well he had to sign off on it before the show started. Are you okay with this?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm fine with this. Go ahead.
Yes.
Okay, just for the record.
And that's the thing, Skip. Just because they wrote it up there and said, I think this will be good, nah, because I already know how that's going to come off. And so he's had this before. Skip, remember the All-Star game? They ask you, you're not going to take James Harden? Like, no, I want somebody that's going to pass me the ball. Well, how do you think James Harden's going to take that? How do you think Kevin Durant's going to take this?
Not well.
But, Giannis, you got to remember now, you talking about carrying a team, remember what you was doing before you traded for True Holiday. Remember what you was doing before Chris Middleton became of age. Let me tell you what you did. You lost before you got a Holiday. You lost in the Eastern Conference Finals. You lost in the Conference Finals. You lost in the Eastern Conference first round. You lost in the Eastern Conference first round. So you weren't carrying anything anywhere. You've turned into an unbelievable player. You are a top 2, top 3 player in the NBA currently.
He is.
But let's not pretend that you've been doing this your whole career, bro, because you haven't.
Good point.
Skip, I don't get why he would. Skip, I get it. But there's a certain level that when you become a top player, this is a conversation you have with your boys that's off air. Man, KD need to come join up with me. I show him how to do this. That never makes the light of day. That never makes it publicly.
Nope.
Kevin Durant catches strays. He over there like, bro, I'm just rehabbing, trying to get ready for my debut with Phoenix. And you taking a shot at me. I thought it was unnecessary. And just because something is written for you, Skip, that doesn't mean that you have to do it. Skip, we had 1 year I was at CBS, and we had the Super Bowl, and they was going to bring the trophy out. They said, well, Shannon, do you want mind holding the trophy? Well, they don't let you hold this trophy without gloves. I was like, okay. But they wanted me to have some white gloves on. I said, oh, hell no. I said, what the hell y'all think this is? I said, and I looked at deadpan, Skip. I said, what the hell y'all think this is? Y'all think this cute? Y'all think is this a joke?
Yeah, good for you.
It's like, we're sorry. I said, how do you think that's going to project?
What was it on the pregame show?
Yeah, I'm going to be on the pregame show.
I got it.
I said, hold on. You got Boomer. You got other guys. Why the hell they can't hold a trophy with white gloves on? Why it got to be me?
Yeah. And?
That was the end of that.
Good. Okay. Well, as you said, it's supposed to be cute. It's supposed to be tee-hee funny. It's supposed to be key funny.
Right.
And it's just not to me either, because it's unfair to Kevin Durant.
Right.
And he is the thinnest skinned superstar I've ever closely observed. So he is not going to be pleased. And I'm waiting for him to fire back via Twitter.
Nor
or whatever.
should he.
Yeah. You're right. Okay. So to emphasize and validate your point, Drew Holiday has made 2 All-Star teams, and Chris Middleton has now made 3 All-Star teams. And Brook Lopez did make an All-Star team. So you have 3 teammates who are at least former All-Stars.
Yeah. Holiday made it this year.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So you have some firepower around you.
Yes.
That's a good basketball team because these guys can play defense at the highest level.
When you say Holiday is a top 5 defender currently right now?
Absolutely. He might be top 2 defender.
On ball defender, it might not be any better.
I know Marcus Smart just won Defensive Player of the Year, but he's right in there with him. Every time I watch him, he'll just take somebody out of the game.
He's always taking the opposing team's best player, and you still ask him to give you 20.
Okay. And remember, when they won their championship, they had P.J. Tucker on the team, who is a top, I don't know what you want to call him, 10 defender.
Yes.
As an on-ball defender.
Right.
He's a little bit of an irritant, but he will try his tail off on whoever he is guarding.
Right.
He might not be as talented as Drew is as a defender, but he will fight you and scratch you and claw you. Okay, so you had that, and you had Bobby Porter's coming off the bench. You had a basketball team around you when you broke through and you're down 0-2 to Phoenix in the finals and you came back and beat them. Okay. I do want to defend Kevin Durant to some degree, because I'm going to reiterate that he spent 9 years with Russell Westbrook in Oklahoma City. And that's 9 years. It's a long time. It's 9 years. And he finally concluded, I just can't win a championship with that guy as my primary decision maker, because Russ is the guy who dribbles the ball up the floor every single time. Kevin never dribbled the ball up the floor. So you've been watching Russ in action for your Lakers. Now with the Clippers, you see what happens. if you give him his head, much of the time, 75% of the time, he's going to say, my turn.
Right.
Let me make this happen. And I don't know how many nights I've watched the Thunder, and Kevin's over on the wing like, remember me?
Right.
No. And there were several years where Russ took more shots than Kevin did. Well, the point is, he finally got tired of that. He got tired of Sam Presti favoring Russ just in the big picture of the franchise. He treated Russ with a little more respect than he treated Kevin.
Okay.
And who's the better player? Well, for me, it's come on, seriously? But in those days, they thought that Russ was a slightly more valuable player to the franchise. He played so hard every night, and you could see the triple-double potential, but it hadn't materialized yet. Okay, so Kevin finally said, I'm going to year 10. I have no choice. I got to maximize my chances to win a ring.
Right.
Okay? So they, Golden State, had us down 3-1, and we blew it. I don't care what the NBA Twitter world says. Yeah. I'm going out there.
Right.
I'm going to join forces with Golden State, and I'm going to go win a ring. And he won two. And he did it the right way because he was the Finals MVP both times. Okay, so you got to give it up to him because I thought there was a lot of pressure on him, even though you're playing with Steph and you're playing with Clay and you're playing with Draymond and you're coached by Steve Kerr. I get that.
But Skip, when they talk about a super team, I don't look at Phoenix as a super team.
Not now. Okay, not that. It doesn't look as super now as it. Yeah, it's not a done deal because you got injury factors, you got age factors.
But Chris Paul is not what he once was.
No, he's not. That's the one.
And the question is Devin Booker a superstar? Because what did Skip, at some point in time, a superstar can take you to the playoffs. I'm not saying he has to win your title, but Devin Booker had not taken the Phoenix Suns to a playoff game until Chris Paul joined him. All these other guys that we're talking about, the superstar, have taken a team to the playoffs even before another guy joined them.
He's a star.
Yes.
Chris Paul is still a star.
Yes, he's not super.
To use your phrase, he can summons it up when he needs to. I think
not nearly as often as he once could.
Not as often. DeAndre Ayton has huge talent. Yeah. He can summons it up on occasion, but he's still clashy with the head coach. I don't know that he's that happy to be there, even though he got paid.
Skip, I ain't got time to be giving somebody a motivational speech and got somebody to listen to Tim Robbins, Bishop Jakes, before you go out to the game. At some point in time, Skip, you got to fight. You got to light your own damn fire. I got to get this man a pep talk before every game. And you know we counting on you. Hey, brother, you know how good you are? Okay,
I still love this Phoenix Sun team with Kevin, but the other issue is, they're not even sure Kevin, the reports are he's heading toward playing tomorrow night at Charlotte. God bless LaMelo Ball. Yes. Like, oh, God, we'll mention that later. But the point is, are you going to play or not? I'm a little skeptical. I'm getting a little more skeptical by the minute here that Kevin he's still not ready to go.
Right. Because this is approaching, 6 weeks?
Yeah. It's a long time.
The thing is, Skip, and I know sometimes, people like, well, he's Greek. Giannis is from another country. Yep. No. He's been in America long enough. This ain't cute. This is disrespectful. Yeah. And at some point in time, you can't, because of who you are, you can't say anything just off the cuff. I'm sure there are a lot of times, Skip, Jordan, the Bird, or Magic, LeBron wanted to say something. But when you say that in the position that you're in, man, that thing's going to reverberate. Now, you do realize this is on all the airwaves. Everybody's talking about this. This ain't no just like somebody in the little echo, this is not the 10th guy on the bench or 12th guy on the roster. That's Giannis. That's a two-time MVP. That's a Finals MVP. That's one of the two best players in all of basketball. Yep. That's what he said. He said it in joke, Skip. There's a lot of truth in a joke.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. I think there was a lot of truth in what he said.
Every comedian that I've talked to that had on my show, they say, Shannon, what we do is that we take real life situations and we make it funny.
That's what they do.
He took a real life situation and he tried to make it funny. Mm-hmm. But I can assure you, I didn't think it was funny. I know damn well Kevin Durant's not going to think it's funny.
Mm-mm. What did Giannis see up close and personal 2 years ago on that run toward the championship? What happened in the second round of the playoffs?
Right.
What happened? Well, Kevin Durant was all-time great.
Right.
Remember game 5 and then game 7? Mm-hmm. He hit the wall in overtime of game 7. He hit a shot of shots that could have won the game, but he had toenail on line at the end of regulation of game 7 in Brooklyn. Well, Giannis knows how good Kevin Durant is, so it's not a laughing, joking.
Yeah,
manner, right?
yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't have. I mean, look, I don't know who the general manager is at Milwaukee, Skip, but they've done a great job of putting pieces around him. You look at they went and got Holiday, Middleton's come of age.
Great job.
They got Lopez.
Yeah.
They got shooters around him. They got Cottington, and they went and got. They have guys that are around him that complement.
They did.
Grayson that
Yep.
that complement what he does.
Yep.
But for you, okay, you can highlight what you do without trying to take a shot at somebody else for what they don't do. That's just the way I look. Hey, some people might be, I'm glad he took a shot at Kevin Durant, but
Okay.
I just, when I look at it, especially like somebody like Giannis.
Okay, so Kevin made one big career mistake. He bet on his best friend at the time, Kyrie Irving.
Right.
And by all reports, by all accounts, Kevin wanted to play for the Knicks. Let's go try to win a championship for the Knicks for the first time since 1973, and we will own Manhattan.
Right.
No, Kyrie says, I grew up a Nets fan. Let's go to Brooklyn. Used to be New Jersey. He grew up in New Jersey. Let's go across the Brooklyn Bridge. Let's go over there. It's the hot place to be right now. It's where everybody wants to live. Let's go to Brooklyn.
Right.
They go to Brooklyn. So he followed, and I've said this about Kevin. This is not a knock. It's a fact. He's more of a follower than a leader.
Right.
He wasn't the leader in
Golden State.
Steph is the leader. Steve Kerr is the leader. It's not. Draymond is a leader. Yeah. But it was not Kevin. He led with his performance on the floor.
He just want to play basketball.
He just wants to play basketball.
He's the type. He'd be perfectly fine being the vice president.
He would.
Because the president is going to have to answer all the questions. He's going to have to do all that. I just sit in the background, do my job, which his job in Golden State was the assassin.
Yep.
Hey, you need a bucket in crunch time. I'm going to give you these 27, 30 points. But when you need a big bucket, come see me. And I'm going to shoot this turnaround. I'm going to get to my spot. I'm going to shoot this turnaround. Ain't nobody going to touch it. And then we're going to be good. But I think in this situation, I think the criticism is undeserved. I don't think Giannis needed to take that shot. Highlight what you did. Oh, yeah, great. You stayed home. You won a championship. They've done a great job of putting pieces around you. But everybody doesn't get those pieces put around them like what you got. Or like what Bob Myers has been able to do in Golden State.
Agreed.
With putting pieces around Steph.
Yep.
Like I said, it's just, hey. Like I said, everything Skip, you can go to the barbershop and you say certain things in the barbershop that you never go say on there.
No.
Come on, Giannis.
I'm actually surprised and impressed that you're being critical of Giannis because you love Giannis.
I do.
Yeah.
I think he's a phenomenal player.
And sometimes you don't love Kevin Durant.
I'm not the biggest Kevin Durant apologist.
Yeah.
But in this situation, I'm on Kevin Durant's side.
Likewise. Well, here we go. Maybe this will light a new fire under Kevin Durant.
Well, I just need Kevin Durant to get healthy first.
Yeah, I agree.
The fire's always going to be there.
Sure would be interesting if the Bucks and Suns end up facing off somehow in the finals, wouldn't it, guys? That would be bulletin board material. All right, Anthony Davis, gentlemen, will he step up given LeBron's injury? Let's debate. Up next. Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.